Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer, and this is the Road to the Record, where I work to achieve mastery of 10 games in a hunt for the best score of the Decathlon. If you like what you see, remember to hit that like button. If you want to see more, hit subscribe. Let the games begin. This is Pro Cycling Manager. It's week 49 of the Gaming Decathlon competition. We're here in season number 4, currently racing at Paris-Nice. In this Pro Cyclist mode, I've started to really step up to the competition level at the World Tour level. I'm not dominant yet, but I'm definitely getting competitive at this level. And as we have 2 stages to go to wrap up Paris-Nice, got a tough stage on offer today with a pretty hefty double category 1 climb. That's going to shrink the field down a lot. But I'm on my fitness peak. I'm on a +3 potentially race day condition. And my teammate Rigoberto Urán is among the favorites on the day. Yes, this is seen as a day more for the hills than the actual mountain climbers, but I think that double Cat 1 climb is going to come down mostly to mountain climbers and not necessarily the guys on the hills. I am given the role of leader, still with that initial objective of finishing in the top 5, and right now, getting the job done in 4th. I come out with a +2 race day condition, but it's a healthy +2. With stamina, resistance both at +6, mountain hills similar. Recovery is a +3 today, so I should be fresh for the final stage. So 4th overall, 3rd in the mountain climbers, and I'll look to be near the front on those 2 climbs if I can. That'll pick up some points if the opportunity comes about. But I am 1st in that young rider, and that's the jersey I'm wearing right now. So we've got just 2 riders breaking away right now, but I'm sure there's going to be others coming through Peloton here in the near future, trying to get away. Pierre Roland on his way up here to shield me. Got this little bit of climb, and yeah, here goes some more Wilco Kelderman. Getting into the break. Now we'll make it 5 riders. Those first 2 are already nearly 2 minutes ahead. As there's no urgency within the peloton. And as we get up and over the top of this hill, the next little bit, now we start to pick up the pace a bit, and we get an actual group of riders that are out there to start handling the tempo. And finally Roland has made his way to the front. Alright, well, these 2 Cat 3 climbs aren't going to affect the field. That sprint point's not going to affect the field in any way. The biggest climb up until the double Cat 1s was just now. So we're going to pick up the action shortly before the Category 1 climbs, and then I'll have you stay with me till the end of the stage. So I'll see you back here in a moment. Right, a little bit of a false flat, and then we'll dip down to our lowest point here, and then we'll get the climb started. In the end, the breakaway group got quite large. 11 riders ended up getting away, and we allowed them to get out a good 5.5 minutes before starting to reel them back in. It's down to 3.5 minutes now, and I definitely think it's going to start to crumble quite a bit once we hit this climb. But we're up over the false flat. We're going to hit the low point of the valley here in just a moment, and then we will start climbing here in a pretty short period of time. I'm right up near the front where I want to be, and pace not too hot, so I actually might try to intensify things a little bit on this climb. I do have Michael Woods with me. Where is he? He's not made it up here just yet, actually. There's Woods. There we go. Now Woods is up here at the front where I want him. Going just at an 84, so it's not like we're doing anything major here, but it is making the breakaway group lead just crumble right now. We're already into the steepest section. It's going to level off a bit here and not be as bad.
The pack is putting the squeeze on the breakaway. Looks like a few riders at the back are beginning to stall.
Ooh, Woods already back off a little bit here. Keep up some tempo. It is starting to split the field. And honestly, we're only a third of the way up the climb. You can kind of break it into 3 chunks here. But the damage is being done. We've nearly caught the breakaway group already. We've pulled back 2 minutes. Peloton shrunk nearly in half, but I can't keep pushing too much longer here as I'm not getting that support necessarily anymore. Pierre Roland has gone right off the back, surprisingly. McLeod, no surprise. Woods has recovered some here.
Acceleration by Kelderman.
Alright, I'm going to go ahead and back off here before I have too much damage done. Breakaway group still away at this point, so good points for Kelderman and Egg. Drops me to, or just Kelderman. Drops me in the standings a bit there. Okay, so I'm recovering just fine here at the moment. And we'll slow it back down as we get into the last chunk of the climb here. And I'm going to go ahead and start pushing it again here. So I've got Hugh Carthy now, and he should last a good little while. Back up to an 84. Let's see, how big is that gap? It's spread out a little bit. 2.5 minutes overall, and it's just Kelderman away right now. He's going to pick up a lot of points. But we'll start eating up the breakaway group here in just a moment. Oh, Hugh Carthy's done. Oh, I'm into a mini breakaway group. There is a split. Nope. Yes, it's on and off split here. I'm not going to stay away permanently, though. Hey, get out of the way, motorcycles. You guys are in the way. I will recover on the descent, so I'm not too worried that I'm doing a little bit of damage to myself here.
The pace seems much too high for many riders.
Nearly to the top, so I'll keep pushing here over the top. There we go. That should be worth some points in the mountain standings, maybe? 1. I got the last point. We're still not over the top yet, so if I stay pushing, I'll be able to recover on the descent. Thank you, Rigoberto. And there goes the beginning of recovery. We got plenty of time to recover on the downhill, so I don't mind that I did push it, because we can see that I'm already starting to recover here. There is still one more little uphill, though, before we head down the mountain. And for that, let's go ahead and push it again. Peter Sagan also out pushing it. See, the peloton's already coming back together. We're up to 49 riders again. As we now go over the top, time to recover. Now we're still 2.5 minutes behind the front riders, and that's worrying. We're not going to have a lot of time to catch them, and the pace is going to be pretty hot at the bottom. But of course, they've only got 6 riders. We've got 49. There will be some people to do the work to get us caught back up to that breakaway, but it's not going to be an easy catch because they're going to recover on this descent as well. Alright, well, not much going to be happening here on the descent, so speed it up a little bit. Nearly recovered here. The pace is starting to pick up, so make sure we're getting back up to speed here.
Watch out! A team leader is falling behind. A rider is down.
Alright, so we've actually shrunk a little bit here. 40 riders. Those off the back seem to be grabbing back on. Again, it's, you know, there's no reason to get dropped at the moment. Of 46 riders now in the peloton, 5 are from my team. So we've got 1/9 of the group here, and there's definitely more than 9 teams involved in the race. So I've got good representation, but Hugh Carthy kind of struggling right now, just on the edge. Still 2 minutes to the breakaway. They might have enough about them to get through. But this group is going to shrink some more. The pace, we're going to have to ride pretty hard to the end of the stage here. I don't think any contenders are going to be lost from this, but peloton is starting to shrink a little bit. 42 riders now. I think Hugh Carthy's not going to last much longer.
A group of riders has come a cropper, but they all look ready to set off again.
Actually, I'm going to send him up infinite relay. Whatever you got left. Whatever you got left. Just even 1K. Yeah, we can't let this group get away. Guys, let's... Dombrowski, it's your turn.
Falling behind! A team leader is falling behind!
Step it up, guys. We're not gaining on them. And we're still doing some damage here as we're down to 36 riders, so...
And some riders are exploiting this opportunity to attack.
Ooh, that's good. If the breakaway group starts to do some damage to one another, that'll be... Wow, even Hugh Carthy's recovered enough to get up there. Go 96. Gap's coming down a little bit, but it's not going to come down enough. We've got just 18K to go. Gap's too big.
We've got 15 kilometers to the finish line.
Yeah, the last 2K we've only picked up a handful of seconds. And other than Michael Woods, these three guys are getting pretty tired. Even Uran's having a hard time coming up with the water.
The riders are entering the last 10 kilometers of the stage.
Yeah, we're still over a K behind. And now, there's nothing left. You guys are done. Finally, somebody else takes care of. Wow, Quintana going to the front. Huh? Diego Ulysses. Oh, here's an attack. Alaphilippe.
The riders are entering the last 5 kilometers of the stage.
Okay, we're catching him. We're catching him.
Our rider has a flat tire. Let's hope he is helped out quickly.
Ah, we've nearly caught these guys, but not quite. Alright, I'm starting my push.
And he moves on to the attack. It could be decisive. There goes the sprint. The strong men are giving their all.
Under a K to go, but I'm not a sprinter, and I wasn't going to have enough energy to really compete. Decathlon ends up winning the stage, so the breakaway hangs on by a matter of seconds. Of the non-breakaway group, you got Caleb Ewan and Gaviria, the top two. But we ended up with a pretty small group at the end. See if that alters the standings at all. I would imagine that the top 10 should look the same.
And here are the race highlights that we've selected for you.
So breakaway group wins the day. Only just. We couldn't catch him in the end. Oh, they end up giving us all the same time. We got close enough in the end. So they win, but they don't gain any time. So 38 riders come in together at the end. I used up my 3 guys to get us close enough to do that. And that allows me to stay in 4th place. Richie Port, Tom Dumoulin, Ben O'Connor still on top. Thibaut Pinot in 5th. Aru 6th. Soler 7th. And Uran hanging on to 8th place. 13th of the sprint, 5th in the mountains, still leading the under 25s over Egan Bernal, and it's really down to just 2 of us, but I've got a good minute on him. And we lead the team competition by a good margin. Couple more points of progression despite the good and the exceptional. And just 1 stage to go. Looks like I'm going to have at least a week to rest after this, so that'll take care of that fatigue that's starting to build, nearly hitting 50%. And this is one that looks good for me. I'm just on the edge of the top 10 favorites. But stage 8 is a just under 10K climb, but it's an individual time trial, so it definitely favors myself, but also some of the other competitors like Uran. Though I'm a much better time trialist than him and better climber, so I'm a little surprised that they've got him picked a good 5 places above me. Okay, let's see, 84 mountain. Apparently they're calling this a hill, but the profile says it's a mountain. A little odd on that selection, but we'll go with it. This is pretty short, so... wow, objective is win the stage? Really? I'm picked as 10th favorite, but my team thinks that I've got enough in me to win today. Boy, that's a tall order. I'm not saying that I can't win, but am I expected to win? Heck no. Alright, so it's taken a good 25 minutes as of right now. We'll definitely come under that time as we go on, as we already have now gotten down to 24 minutes. Time continues to come down. Dan McClay now out on the track. I think we're up most of the way. It levels off just at the end, and it starts off a little bit level, but then it's pretty consistently uphill. So I'll want to have just a little bit more energy than distance to cover is what I'll aim for pretty much from the beginning. That'll allow me to push at the end and sprint. But I definitely don't want to keep a lot of energy in reserve, so I'll go pretty much like Roland, where he is right now. He's a little behind where I would want to be, but ooh, and Pierre Roland goes top as of right now. We're down to 22:40 as the top time. He's even above Rowan Dennis. Of course, Rowan Dennis not a great climber. Wout Poels in the top 10 there. Carapaz went top momentarily. Dyer Quintana now leading the way, so that was a different Quintana than we're used to seeing. Ilnur Zakarin. Chris Froome now goes top. This is the type of time trial that really suits him, so no surprise that Chris Froome has gone top. Alright, so Ron is on track right now. Hugh Carthy is my highest placed teammate in 12th at the moment, with Pierre Roland hanging on to 6th. So 21:42 is the target as of right now, and look at that. +5 race day condition. My time trials got a +4. My hill is a +6. Mountain is a +4. So I've got the condition to go for it, to go for this stage win. But I've got to find the balance very quickly on energy use versus... Wow, that is an awkward little section there, huh? So attack ratio versus distance to cover. We're trying to 72 for now, and it seems to be about the right number for us. I think I'm saving up a little bit more than I'm spending right now, so we're gonna try a 73. Yes, I am now into the good, so we're gonna go a little bit harder. $75. Okay, 77. 79. I'm still... trying to keep this balanced, and a little upset with myself that I started at a 72. 7th, 10 seconds off the pace. That's good. Especially when I've got that little bit of extra, and I seem to have found the balance now. Nope, now I'm using up more than I'm saving. So back down to an 82 a little bit. We were a little too hard here. 81. Uran comes in 11th, 29 seconds off the pace. $1K to go. Another one of those awkward turns. To the finish line. Push, push.
Wow,
Into the lead! Into the lead, yes. 3 riders left. Ben O'Connor. 15 seconds off the pace. He goes 12th. Demoulin, real competitor, but he's 26 seconds down. Stays 27th. Richie Porte, though, he's 4th at the first checkpoint. And he finishes 5th. I got the stage win. I've got the stage win. That is awesome. Stage win there. I will pick up some time. That means I at least finished 4th. We'll see if I gained anything over those guys. As there was definitely some time gaps. Wow, Egan Bernal did well. Top 10 for him. Up to 2nd! So the final standings, Richie Porte hangs on to win, but I end up going 2nd above Ben O'Connor. And the best time trialist in the world, Tom Dumoulin, did not have a terribly good final stage there, and he drops to 4th place. I managed to go 5th in the mountain climbers, despite not being in a breakaway. Points, 8th place. Caleb Ewan wins that jersey. Definitely won the young rider jersey. Minute and a half, just about ahead of Bernal. 11 and a half ahead of anyone else. So huge win there. And we win the team competition as well by nearly 3.5 minutes. So that's big performance. Right, hey, I got a win. That is awesome. I took 2nd overall. That's going to be some really, really big points in the Super Prestige, taking that 2nd place. Not a win. Richie Porte gets the win, but that was awesome. Here comes that evaluation. There's 111 points right there for getting the first victory in the World Tour, first top 3 in the World Tour. That nearly has me leveling up just like that. But then here comes the evaluation. We get 2nd, very good. I win a stage, that's 1st. Let's see. Mountain standings is 5th, that's very good. Exceptional here, that's another 56 points, and that, combined with those firsts that we accomplished, puts me right over the top and into level 18. That was quite the points haul in terms of attribute progression. So let's see, what do we get? That's not a good result there, so we're definitely not going to take that one. An entire +2 to time trial and Barradour, the only points that I get. Climber, same. Okay, time trial, I at least add a prologue +1. Boy, this is awful. Sprint +1, no. That's all I get. That's it. That's all I got. Dang. That's the worst level up I've ever seen. Ow. Okay. Ow. That didn't feel good at all. It felt good a moment ago, but that didn't feel good at all. Move forward a day, and then let's go see how we're looking in this department, at least, so maybe I could feel a little better. Whoa! World Tour rankings up to 6th place. And surprise, surprise, Ben O'Connor leads right now above Mikhail Kwiatkowski, Gianni Moscon, both of Team Sky, Richie Porte, now up to 4th out of nowhere with that win, and Fabio Aru. It's only March, though. It's very early in the year, but that is some really, really big points right there to jump 118 places up to 6th. But that's the World Tour. What I'm really counting is the Super Prestige, where I'm now in 4th place. And for every 5 points that I score, it counts as a point towards the Gaming Decathlon. So the 1,000 that I'm aiming for there. Oh, that's approaching 100. Let's see. 95 points, yeah? 95 points already. Episode's not done here. So we're going to keep going. But wow, what a jump. And for the team, how are we looking? We jump 8 places to 9th. And that puts us a couple places up in 11th on the Super Prestige. And for victories, that's 5 on the year. And that's my 3rd. Awesome sauce. Alright, well that tiredness just hits 50%. So perfect time to have a week off, as that tiredness should drop quite a bit. The fitness is still good. We're still on our peak, but it only lasts 2 to 3 weeks. So there's a very good chance that it will be gone by the time we get to our next race. So great timing to hit that fitness peak, as it made such a difference, and we end up taking 2nd, which is, like I said, that was phenomenal. That was a great result. Okay, so tiredness drops by a good 20%, but we're still on our fitness peak here. So we've got a chance that it'll affect this next race. And we're just 1 day away from the race, so we'll check out the profile here before we jump forward at all. But we have Dombrowski, McClay, Woods, Carthy, Roland, and then O'Donnell. So Uran is the only one who's not coming. Otherwise, it's the same team. So Uran is replaced with O'Donnell, which is quite the drop from a 79 to a 67 in terms of the team. But it makes it all the more likely that I am the leader. But that also depends entirely on the profile of the race. This first one's got a couple little climbs, but otherwise it's a sprint stage. Stage 2 is that team time trial. Stage 3, a looping hill that's not too bad. I should be able to hang out through that one. Stage 4 for the climbers, but that's not the most intense climbing stage ever. And Stage 5, a time trial. So I should be the team leader for this. So still on the fitness peak, I'm starting off with a +2 towards my race day condition. And my teammate Dan McClay is the favorite sprinter on this one. So we'll definitely be working for him today. Fitness is starting to drop off, but it's still at 97%.
This race is quite flat. Expect a fast pace from the peloton.
Oof, yeah, I get teammate rolled today. Really? I don't get leader, while McClay gets sprinter? No initial objective today at all, other than put in some work for the team. That's an odd one. He's telling me to control the peloton, so we're going to get right up there and see if we get credit. Race day conditions is 0, but I do get a little bit of bonus from the fitness. And I am getting credit. It's only 15K that they're asking me to work, so that's not that bad, but it's a pretty short stage here. Well, anyway, I'm going to put my work in and then sit the rest of this stage out. I'll see you right at the end of the stage for the sprint finish, but otherwise this should be a pretty quiet one. I've already hit 25%.
He's probably just trying to force his teammates
See you
away
back
from
in a
the
moment.
bunch. Several riders are flat on the ground. Certainly some sort of incident.
Back a little sooner than I had expected, but we've had a few splits as this winding back and forth gradual downhill has led to many crashes, and the field has split quite a few times, and now all of a sudden we're down to a peloton that has gone between 20 and 37, 40 quite a few times as contact in the middle continues to wane. But I've done my work. I've got 15K at the front. I've recovered, but I'm also prepared to work again, and so is the rest of my team as we continue to try to push the tempo of this thing, as I've got 6 riders out of 37.
Only 10 kilometers left.
And it was 6 riders out of 19 at times. It's 6 riders out of 28 now as it keeps bouncing around. There's only 1 rider off the front there, 30 seconds away. We've got to make sure we also catch them. That is Skujins. But even at an 86, I haven't been able to get on the front at all as my teammates are pushing even harder. But we're down to 6K to go there. We finally just about caught him here. $4K to go. $3K to go. Just about reeled him in now. Start working my way towards the front here. 2K to go. 1K to go, almost. Under the 1K banner. Now the sprint is on. There goes the actual sprinters. Dan McClay, the favorite. Drucker, Brian Cochard. They're going to be the top 3. It looks like I could be in for a 5th place. Yeah, 5th place. Nice. Dan McClay does get the win as well, so good one for the team as Dan McClay picks up the win, and I pick up a rare 5th in the sprint there, as a lot of riders were pretty exhausted, and we end up with a small group, which is going to help split the field up a fair amount, as just 29 riders came in together there at the end, and there was a sizable gap behind us, so that should easily be a couple minutes back to those groups, meaning we're down to just 29 riders left in contention, and 6 of them are from my team, meaning there's only about 23 competitors left for this race. There you go, minute and a half from 30th on back. So small group left, and let's see, we've got some sprinters, so I'm not going to need to worry about them. Wow, looking at this. There's not very many competitors left. I like my chances in this race. And we've got Nieve, but he's not a time trialist. There's a time trial on this one. Robert Power, same thing. So we got some guys that can climb a little bit, but aren't time trialists. You got Jan Barta, who is a time trialist, but not much of a climber. Ooh, I'm liking my chances in this race now. Again, there's another one, strong climber, but not time trialist. You're getting one or another, but you're not getting anyone who is both, besides me. Yeah. Oh, I love my chances for this race now. Excellent work. First in the youth standings already is exceptional. Fifth place on the stage is very good. Teammate winning is exceptional. I just picked up another 36 points of progression out of that. So that was awesome. We're going to head to stage number 2. Team time trial. And away we go. I'm wearing the under 25s jersey, so it's an orange one. So, team time trial, and it's only 11 kilometers. So I'm going to set us to 99, but I'm not going to work for too long on this one. And I've got control of everybody in the team, so that gives me the idea that I will be given team leadership for this race, as I just had control of everyone on the team. Just 4K left to go here. I go to the front. I should be able to actually take us just about to the end on this one without hurting too bad. Yeah. Let's try to go all the way to the end, lead us across. Alright, 5th, 14 seconds. That's not bad. That was 99 all the way. So Mitchelton Scott's going to go top, Facebook 2nd, Bahrain Merida 3rd, Katusha Alpsin 4th, and my team's coming in after that. So that does spread the field out a little bit. I do drop to 10th overall at 20 seconds down, but that's certainly not bad. Mitchelton Scott, though, is all over the top with 6 riders in the top 6. But of course, we're going to start to shake that up here real soon. I'm 2nd on mountain, as we had a category 1 on the last one. Skujins was the one-man breakaway, and I led the peloton over the top, so I picked up 12 points there. Dombrowski was behind me, so he picked up 10. And I dropped to 2nd in the best young rider, unfortunately. Quick look at the profile for stage 3. This is not the Queen stage. This is not the big climb. But this hill stage, here's a key point. Michael Woods, Hugh Carthy, and I, and Pierre Roland are 4 of the 6 favorites on this stage. If I do get team leader status, which it appears that I'm getting that from the last stage, then we could be very dominant out here, and I could actually use up the other guys besides them to really start attacking on these earlier climbs and shrink the field down. I really like our chances on this race if I have leader status. Alright, so we've still got 4 times to get up and over this climb as we're just at the base of it now. I am full leader status, however, because there are some other favorites in the mix, I don't have control over the full team. They're giving me control of 2 riders at any given time. Pierre Rolland was the other one along with Hugh Carthy, but when Rolland went back to get water, which he still hasn't returned from right now, but it seems like he's just now made it to the back and starting to work forward again. Here's Rolland now. O'Donnell was added to the mix, so I've sent O'Donnell forward to try to up the tempo a bit. There's a breakaway group of 14 riders. Their lead was about 2.5. It's already down to 1:45. McClay is actually leading the way right now, so he's attacking for the work probably of Michael Woods, I'm assuming is the other leader in the mix. And see, even at an 88, struggling to keep pace. You can see a lot of these guys are pretty tired. The good news on that is it's going to thin things out. Speaking of thin things out, a crash started this, so it is not just pure pace that has split the field, but the field has split. And we're down to a group of just 50 riders in the peloton, even though we still have 3 full climbs to go, plus what's left of this time up and over. And it certainly looks like the same climb, but the profile seems to be a little different on what areas are darkest. And the steepest section of the climb coming up here in just a moment. And yes, we are shrinking. The peloton's down to 40 riders. And that breakaway group itself is starting to split here as they can't keep up with the tempo either. So this is good news for me as we continue to do damage, and it definitely appears that I'm the strongest rider at this event. Ooh, that looked like a crash, yes? Maybe from the breakaway, somebody just getting back up and onto their bike. So McClay, his damage was done. I'm going to switch now. Rolland, it's your turn. And Hugh Carthy, you are going to go set tempo now.
Oh, the list of those left behind goes on rising.
Michael Wood's still looking strong. I'm looking very strong. Roland's hanging in there. Dombrowski's a little tired, but he's keeping track of Woods right now. O'Donnell, McClay, they're about done. They've both taken their turns at the front, though, and Carthy now joining them. But this tempo, this pace is definitely going to do damage to the field, as it already has, and continues as the peloton's been getting smaller and smaller. And it's not hurting me any, so I don't mind that we are using up some of the teammates to do damage to everyone else, as we're going to end up with a pretty small group in the end, and Michael Woods and I are both still here, so I like our odds. While we are on the descent right now, though, I'm going to speed things up a bit. And just about to the bottom here, and now we start to climb up again. It's still fairly flat through here, though, so I'll keep it at ×2 for a little bit until we get a bit steeper of a climb going. Alright, so O'Donnell recovered a bit. He's back to the front. Hugh Carthy's in the mix and actually not even getting on the front, so I'm going to up that a little bit. There's McClay now off the back. As peloton has shrunk a little bit further. We've lost another 3 or 4 riders, including McClay. And the breakaway group is shrinking yet further. We're about to catch one of those riders. He'll probably go straight off the back with the pace we have.
Flat tire. It always happens at the wrong moment.
Down to 36 riders now. Roland, he's hanging on all right. Hugh Carthy leading the pace right now with his 85. Let's bring that down a little bit though. Serious damage being done though, as Peloton just shrunk to 22 riders. But Dombrowski and O'Donnell have been dropped. Dombrowski's a pretty huge loss. Roland's not going to last a whole lot longer, but we're just about down to 2 times over the climb. So Roland should be able to recover during the ascent as we're hitting the top right now. And there we go. Just 18 riders left. Just 7 riders left off the front, and one of them already shattered. So we've got a small group, and there's still two times to go over the climb. Roland... Oh, I've lost control of him. That's not good. I was actually hoping he was going to recover here. And Hugh Carthy has now gone to Michael Woods. So there you go. Michael Woods is the stage favorite. I'm the overall favorite. But Michael Woods now taking my guys away from me, and I've lost control over all of them. So he gets 2. I get choice of the next 2, basically. But with only 2 left in the group besides the 2 of us, I'm now left on my own to get to the end of this race. Ooh, we have a split. We have a split. Michael Woods, Hugh Carthy, that group has actually been dropped. I don't want us to drop them at this point. I mean, I like this small group of 19. And Roland is definitely not strong enough to take me off on his own. I don't mind doing the final climb myself. I feel strong enough to get through that, but I'm not going to get through 2 climbs on my own. Alright, descent is complete, and we're going to start going up the other side here.
Falling behind! A team leader is falling behind!
Alright, so we're starting to get into the steeper stuff here. Carthy working for Woods, Roland working for the full team, trying to push the tempo. Breakaway group continues to shatter. It's getting smaller and smaller all the time as we keep picking these guys up here, especially as it gets steeper.
This climb features some dreadful percentages.
Another one caught. Another one bites the dust. 5 riders left, minute and a half out ahead, and the peloton still shrinking as it's down to 17 riders. Carthy, though, just about done. Roland is done. Probably going to drop off the back here any moment, and there he goes. He's off the back. We're down to 13 riders now. 11 riders now. And the breakaway group now down to 4 riders left. Carthy's done, and we're down to 9 riders in the group. As we get up and over the top, the penultimate time over the top, we've got 1 lap left to go. And we're going to take a moment here on this descent. To see who we've got left. Ben King, but he's been dropped in the breakaway. The only name left. Michael Woods and I. You got Gaudu, who was among the favorites. Ponzi, Kovili, one of the best climbers around. Power. And that's all 9. That's the full group. So yes, Michael Woods and I definitely looking the strongest. And now Woods has turned to teammate with just he and I left. And he is starting to work. He just went and got water. And now he's going to pull at the front, which means I've got a good chance to win the stage now as team leader.
Watch out! A team leader is falling behind.
I could potentially put in work with both of us in the group. No reason to do that. Let him put in the work, and I'll play that role as team leader and drive through a team car because I needed some food, so I hit the drive-thru. Okay, Woods settling back down. A lot of riders not working together right now. That's a bad sign. But as we go up on this final climb, I'm going to try to, hopefully with Woods, go into a 2-man breakaway. Go win this thing ourselves. Okay, we're starting to climb, but it doesn't get serious for a little while. So we're going to wait until it gets serious, and then I'm going to up the tempo and try to ride away from these guys. Not seeing too many bobbing shoulders, though. There's some. Flocari on the front here. Okay, so we're going to catch these two soon. Gradler, he's 5:20 down. 6.5 to Fakara, 4 minutes, so we're not losing the lead to any of those guys. That's important. If they hang on and win, if we don't catch them. Alright, now we're starting to get to the steeper stuff. I don't want a 92 for the riding away, but yeah, I'm going to try to up it to about an 86, 87 and see what kind of damage is done here. But right now we're only at 1.5%. Now it's getting steeper. I'm going to try to ride away from these guys. Woods, he's strong enough to go with me, yeah.
The riders are going through a very tough portion with percentages above 10%.
Haven't dropped anyone yet.
Whoa,
Picked up a breakaway member to go 10. Now a second one to go 11. Down to 8. Now the damage is starting to be done. Seven. Woods is attacking over the top, and that's fine. It's my teammate.
He's going for victory.
Down to 5.
Only 10 kilometers left. Falling behind. A team leader is falling behind.
And over the top, just 7 riders left. Only 1 left off the front.
Again, an attack is launched. The group has to break apart.
Woods, he's a +1 today. There is still one more section to climb here. One last chance to kind of break away. Woods and I both doing good in recovery here. Attack one more time here. 88.
5 kilometers to the finish line.
Okay, now sprint off the front just a little, just a little. There we go. 2-man break.
And off he goes. He's giving it one last go.
That didn't work though. Didn't get away. 9 riders. Now Woods is attacking. It's his turn. It's my teammate, so I'll let him go. If he can go off and win, that is awesome. 2K downhill. And sprint to the end. Sprint to the end. Let's go. Let's go. Go, go, go.
Congratulations.
Lakuti hangs on. Michael Woods takes second. And I'll be right here in the next group. In 6th place. So good finish. We get a 2nd and 6th. So that's outstanding for the team. And then there's a big gap behind that. Big gap behind that. So we're looking good. Looking good. Couldn't catch the last man of the breakaway group, though. But for the overall, we're going to be looking real strong here.
And here are a few of the key moments.
All right. My mouse has disappeared. Mouse pointer, where are you? You're back. Thank you. Does that sometimes at the end of a stage. Okay, so we all come in on same time, actually. The 11 riders. A little surprised by that, but they give us all the same time. So we left Cavilli behind. Hugh Carthy comes in with that next group. And there you go. So Robert Power now on top. Michael Woods is second. He got the time bonus. So I am third at 14 seconds down. And then just 5 riders left in contention at all. So I'm already looking at a top 5 along with a teammate. So great chance at both of us on the podium here. And in terms of time trialing, Robert Power, not good. Michael Woods, not good. I should easily get 14 seconds over them. So I am very much looking the favorite to win this. Flaccari's okay. Flacciari. Probably Flacciari, Italian, yeah. Ponzi, not good either. So I should be crushing all of them to win the overall. First in the youth, a whole 2 points. But let's glance at the... where are we? Where are we? Da-da-da-da. It's still March. There we go. This is the end of this period. This is our last race. So, that's what we just finished. Next is the actual climbers stage, which is mine, but it does not look that imposing at all. It's not that difficult. And then stage 5 is the time trial. It's only 14.5K though, so it's not that extensive, but I really, really like my chances of winning the overall between both of the final 2 stages, favoring me above all else. However, I am out of time for this episode, so you're going to have to tune in next time to get those final 2 stages. But that's going to do it for this episode. I'm Decathlon Gamer, and remember, I'm aiming for the best of the best. So if you're ready to join me on my journey, hit subscribe, and tune in next time on my road to the record. Bye for now.